up, nation? I hope you're having an awesome Thursday. My name, of course, is Philip DeFranco, and this is where I talk about news tab stuff and things that matter to me today. And nation, the first thing I want to talk about today is it seems that the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, it's finally hitting that point where there's been so much saturation that it is coming to an end. And one of my favorite things to do, it's a weird, dark place, but I like to see how much time was wasted on videos. For example, last week when we talked about Taylor Swift being a huge racist, according to some people, I wasted 5.77 years of people's lives. For each individual person, at max it was 7.5 minutes, but all combined, we grew. We were but a 16-year-old girl, unsure of her skills and her body. We came out the other end, a beautiful 21-year-old girl who's gonna be the next president of the United States, son. But what about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? Well, while it is impossible to get every single video in, when you added up all the videos that had ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in the title or description, we collectively lost 268.7 years of life, which is amazing because those videos on average were only 1 minute and 23 seconds. And while it seems like a lot and we've been seeing these videos everywhere, we have to remember that it's not the biggest thing ever, even though it seems like it, because that's what we're living in. Because remember the Harlem Shake? Yeah, that Harlem Shake. Do the Harlem Shake. Compared to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, it wasted 2,125% more time. Then, in random fun fact news, I was surprised to learn that Peyton Manning was actually fined by the NFL. One of his receivers, Wes Welker, just got flattened out. He had to leave the game because of a concussion, so Manning did this.
And let DJ Swearinger have it.
And for that, he was fined $8,268. And when he was asked about it, he said, quote, "I accept it, money well spent." Which makes sense because that fine was a 1/2,322nd of his yearly salary, and that's not even including that Papa John's money. And nation, from there, I want to share some stuff I love today, and today in awesome, sponsored by HostGator.com. Whether for a blog, business, maybe sexy time galleries, use them. They've got an easy-to-use website builder, one-click WordPress installs. We love them so much, we use them for SourceFed.com. And best of all, if you use coupon code PHILLYD, you get 30% off. And the first bit of awesome today is movie awesome, but it's not a trailer. It is just the news that a new Looney Tunes movie will be made by the writers from X-Men First Class with Steve Carell attached to star. Yes, yes, a million times yes. Then, in Little Kid Awesome, a mom decided it would be a good idea to film her son's reaction to the news that he was going to have a new brother or sister. And he's not like those other kids that just like start crying or like screaming in joy. He wants to have a dialogue.
I'm pregnant.
What were you thinking? Why you have to just get another baby? You just have two. This is exasperating.
Then, in Silver Lining Awesome, I found photos of a man who was a Boston Marathon survivor marrying a nurse he met when she was helping him recover from his injuries. And nation, the last bit of awesome today is lovely Lady Awesome. South African Sports Illustrated decided to give everyone a sneak peek of the Swimsuit 2014 issue. And of course, if you'd like to check that out or anything else I shared today, links as always in the description down below. And then nation, I want to talk about our douchebag of the day, which is actually a little bit hard because there's two contenders. And the first possible douchebag of the day is Joshua Shaw. That name might sound familiar because Joshua was our Tuesday Bamf of the day, but it turns out he's a big, fat, dirty liar. The original story made Joshua sound like a selfless hero jumping from a second-story balcony to save his nephew who was drowning. He got 2 high ankle sprains and he might not be able to play, but hey, a kid lived. After the story came out, people eventually started asking questions, poking holes in parts of the story, and while that was happening, Joshua got a lawyer and later admitted he was lying. Also, there have been some reports that Joshua Shaw might have been involved in a burglary where he had to jump from a 3rd-story balcony. And you know, I'm gonna wait for all the facts to come out, but it wouldn't really surprise me at this point. Like my father used to say, a liar is usually also a thief. And the main thing that we get out of this is Shaw has been suspended from the team indefinitely. His future, now, you don't know what's gonna happen. And for me, it's ultimately a sad thing. I think this is the first time we've ever had to pull someone's Bamf of the Day award. And it's extra sad because the whole point of the Bamf of the Day is that person is supposed to be this beacon of light in a sea of douchebaggery. But Joshua Shaw was not alone today in douchebaggery because there's a video that someone from The Nation sent me this morning. It's blowing up big time. And it's a son coming out to his parents. And unlike all those other videos where you see it online and they're like, "We knew, we loved you, hug," the mom starts spewing some contradictory BS about how she knew that he was gay when he was little, but he chose to be gay. Then she starts spouting something off about Jesus, and then she just starts hitting him. Then she calls him a son of a bitch, which is actually very accurate. And then the dad joins in, both physically and mentally, hitting him and calling him a queer. Also adding that he was a huge huge disappointment. And it hurts my soul, nation, that people like this still exist. You want to believe in God and you have the Bible in your heart or whatever it is. How do you pervert and turn it into something that makes you turn on your own flesh and blood? Why? Both of you are a perfect example of a breeder does not make a parent. You were involved in the process to make that child, but you are not a mother or father at that point. And some of the negative people were like, obviously he was filming. He was trying to egg them on. What I would say, coming from one of my households being an abusive place, one of the perks to having a phone that recorded video was evidence. Very few people want to get beat on for attention. And this makes me look at my personal life. If my son Trey turns out to be gay, I don't care. How is that going to make me love him any less? If anything, it's going to make me more sympathetic for him. He's the same son that I've loved, but he lives in a world where people think that you choose to be gay. There are people that literally their argument is, all I'm saying is, you know, they made gay marriage legal, all of a sudden everyone starts being gay. No, we live in a world where literally governments try to make it so they can kill you or imprison you if you are gay. It's not stopping people from being a gay person, it's stopping people from going, oh hey, look at me, I'm a gay person. The problem is so many of these ignorant motherfuckers are breeding while the people they're persecuting normally don't. But the main point, nation, is I can't lock it down. Obviously these people are douchebags. And nation, that's actually where I want to end today's show and bring you to the big question of the day. Who is the douchebag of the day? Let me know who you think and why in the comments down below. And to possibly win a $50 gift card to 4humanpeoples.com, where we sell the shirts, the posters, the tank tops, the phone cases. Post a link to this video on your Facebook page with the hashtag DeFrancoKnows. Also, thanks again to the sponsor of today's show, HostGator.com. But, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces, and I'll see you next time.